When blockchain technology first introduced concepts like digital ownership and smart contracts, the ecosystem grew at an astonishing rate. New platforms and decentralized applications materialized almost overnight. But that rapid expansion came with a heavy cost. Developers built on different platforms, using incompatible technologies, resulting in a deeply fragmented landscape. For the average user, and even for developers, trying to figure out how these isolated pieces fit together creates a complex and frustrating experience. This animated diagram illustrates the problem clearly. Imagine a city where developers successfully construct hundreds of isolated skyscrapers, but completely forget to lay down the roads, electricity, and communication systems to connect them. Building structures is not the same thing as building a functional ecosystem. Without underlying infrastructure, rapid technological growth inevitably leads to chaos. Much of the crypto market today remains focused on a single element, the token. Projects market their digital assets in total isolation, completely disconnected from any broader utility. Launching a solitary digital asset into a void does not create a workable system. True utility requires interaction, exchange, and a defined environment where that asset can perform a function. This split-screen diagram highlights the contrast. On the left, a standard crypto project asks a very narrow question: what does this token do? On the right, an infrastructure protocol asks a much wider question: how does the entire system operate together? To reach a state of actual utility, the web3 space has to shift its attention away from launching individual speculative assets and start engineering structural, connected networks. Axns Protocol approaches web3 development from this exact engineering perspective. Instead of focusing on a speculative asset, Axns is designed to build a connected architecture. It tackles ecosystem fragmentation by taking the core pieces of Web3 and assigning them strictly defined roles within a single, structured framework. The architecture starts with the wallet, the secure connection point. Data flows into smart contracts, the operational engine executing predefined rules. Next, digital assets circulate, providing mechanical utility to power operations. Finally, a governance layer encapsulates the network, creating a transparent framework for community decision-making. By organizing these pieces, Axns takes traditionally isolated elements and weaves them into a single functional digital infrastructure. This structured approach addresses a core challenge of the decentralized digital economy, establishing genuine trust when there are no traditional intermediaries or institutions to rely on. In early Web3 development, platforms often tried to manufacture that trust through marketing hype and speculative frenzy. They built fragile bridges out of empty promises. Axns Protocol operates on the principle that trust must be baked directly into the architecture. It relies on verifiable transactions, clearly defined protocols, and highly transparent rules. In a mature Web3 environment, genuine trust cannot be the result of a marketing campaign. It is a strict mathematical output generated by reliable infrastructure. The blockchain ecosystem is rapidly moving past its speculative, hype-driven phase. For the technology to survive and grow, it has to mature. Mass adoption requires solving very specific bottlenecks: poor user experience, persistent security vulnerabilities, limited scalability, and a lack of interoperability between networks. Axns Protocol is addressing these bottlenecks head-on by deploying the heavy infrastructure needed to connect isolated systems and scale operations safely. When evaluating projects in this space moving forward, it pays to look past the short-term attention. The long-term value of an ecosystem depends entirely on the verifiable strength of its underlying technology. Axns Protocol rejects the fragmented reality of crypto today. Instead, it is proactively engineering the reliable, connected architecture required to support tomorrow's digital economy.